Retirement. It's the chapter in our lives where we envision lazy days, travel adventures, and time spent with loved ones. But to embrace those golden years, we need a solid financial foundation. Millions contribute to retirement accounts hoping to secure their future. Employer-sponsored plans like 401ks are common. Another option is the individual retirement account, or IRA. These savings represent years of hard work and sacrifices. A new wave of economic thinking advocates for deregulation and a smaller role for government in the financial sector. Project 2025, led by the Republican Party, embodies this philosophy. It proposes changes to the Dodd-Frank Act, enacted after the 2008 financial crisis. Proponents argue it will unleash economic growth, while critics warn of risks to financial stability. Does Project 2025 balance economic dynamism and safeguarding everyday Americans, especially those nearing retirement? To understand Project 2025's potential consequences, we need to look back at the Wall Street crash of 1929 and the ensuing Great Depression. In the Roaring '20s, financial markets were largely unregulated. Banks engaged in risky lending practices and speculation was rampant. The stock market soared, fueled by borrowed money and unchecked optimism. In October 1929, the bubble burst, sending shockwaves through the global economy. The crash wiped out billions, triggering bank failures and mass unemployment. To prevent another financial disaster like the crash of '29, the Glass-Steagall Act was created. It mandated a separation between commercial banks, which take deposits and extend loans, and investment banks, which underwrite, issue, and distribute stocks, bonds, and other securities. It also established the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, that fully insured bank balances up to $250,000. Unfortunately, it was repealed in 1999. Predictably, the deregulation caused by the repeal of Glass-Steagall caused the global crash of 2008, which wiped out many businesses and retirement funds. In the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, which triggered a global recession, Congress passed the Dodd-Frank Act. This comprehensive legislation aimed to prevent another meltdown by addressing the root causes of the crisis, including excessive risk-taking by financial institutions, lax lending standards, and a lack of transparency in the derivatives market. Dodd-Frank introduced a range of reforms to protect consumers from predatory lending practices and restricted banks from engaging in proprietary trading, a type of speculative trading that doesn't benefit their customers and can put depositors' money at risk. Project 2025's call to repeal or weaken Dodd-Frank has raised alarm bells among consumer advocates, economists, and even some within the financial industry. They argue that dismantling these safeguards could leave us vulnerable to another financial crisis, jeopardizing the retirement savings of millions of Americans. The debate over Project 2025 is not merely an academic exercise, it has real-world implications for every American, especially those approaching retirement. Our retirement savings are not just numbers on a statement, they represent our dreams, our aspirations, and our financial security. Weakening financial regulations, as proposed by Project 2025, could expose our savings to greater risk. It could empower financial institutions to engage in the same kind of reckless behavior that led to the 2008 crisis, potentially wiping out years of hard-earned savings. We must ask ourselves, is it worth risking our financial future for the sake of untested economic theories? Is it wise to dismantle the very safeguards that were put in place to protect us from another financial meltdown? As we stand at this crossroads, it's imperative that we engage in a thoughtful and informed debate about the future of our financial system. We must demand transparency from our elected officials, scrutinize the potential consequences of Project 2025, and make our voices heard. Remember, our retirement savings are not just about numbers, they're about people, our families, our loved ones, and our own well-being. Let's work together to ensure that our hard-earned savings are protected, not jeopardized by a political party that refuses to learn the dangers of past deregulation.